How do you react when your sister steals your $50,000 wedding package and then tells you to thank her for it? My sister Chelsea used my social security number to hijack my venue for her own wedding, claiming she was resourceful. My parents called me selfish for being angry. So I decided to show them what selfish really looks like. I didn't just call the police. I went straight to her billionaire future father-in-law with the receipts. I didn't just cancel her wedding, I nuked her entire life from orbit. But let me back up, because you need to understand the whole messed up history to get why I did what I did. I'm 32, Chelsea is 27, and our entire lives she's been the golden child, the baby, the princess who could do no wrong. When we were kids, I got decent grades and played softball and basically stayed out of trouble. But Chelsea was gifted. She did theater and dance and had that sparkly personality that made adults love her. My parents poured everything into her. I'm talking thousands on pageants, acting classes, dance competitions. Meanwhile, I worked at Dairy Queen starting at 16 to save for a car because you're so responsible you don't need our help like Chelsea does. I learned early that I wasn't the priority, so I made my own way. I went to state school on partial scholarship, worked full-time through college, graduated with only $20,000 in debt, which I paid off in 4 years. I got a good job in medical billing, nothing fancy, but stable. I rented a little apartment, saved my money, lived carefully. Chelsea went to an expensive private college that my parents took out a second mortgage to afford. She dropped out junior year to pursue modeling. That lasted 6 months. Then it was real estate. Then influencing. She never held a real job for more than a year. She's been back living with my parents 3 separate times, and every single time they welcomed her home, paid her credit card bills, told her she just needed to find her passion. I didn't care anymore. I'd built my own life. I'd been dating Marcus for 4 years. He's an engineer, steady and kind, and the opposite of my chaotic family. We got engaged 2 years ago. Nothing flashy, just us at our favorite restaurant. And I cried happy tears because I finally had something that was mine. We started planning the wedding immediately, but here's the thing. Marcus and I were paying for everything ourselves. My parents didn't offer, I didn't ask. We wanted it to be ours. No strings attached, no one getting to make demands or guilt trip us later. I worked overtime. I picked up every extra shift I could. I sold furniture I didn't need. Marcus did the same. We saved every penny for 2 years. We cut back on everything. No vacations, no fancy dinners, no new clothes unless absolutely necessary. We ate at home, packed lunches, skipped the coffee shop runs, and we saved $50,000. I know that sounds like a lot for a wedding, but we wanted one perfect day. The venue I fell in love with was this gorgeous estate in the countryside, about an hour outside the city. Old stone building, gardens everywhere, room for 200 guests. The package included everything: ceremony site, reception hall, catering, tables, chairs, the works. It was $45,000 for a Saturday in October. I put down the entire amount last November, non-refundable, but they guaranteed the date, guaranteed everything we'd chosen, October 15th, 2025. I had it marked on every calendar. I'd been planning this day in my head for 2 years. Chelsea knew about it. The whole family did. I'd shown them pictures, talked about the menu choices, the flowers. My mom had made comments like, "Well, it's your money," in that tone that meant she thought I was being excessive. But I didn't care. This was mine. 3 weeks ago, Chelsea got engaged. She'd been dating this guy Connor for exactly 5 months. He is from old money, like real old money. His family has a last name you'd recognize if I said it, the kind of people who summer in the Hamptons and have their kids' names on plaques at Ivy League schools before they're even born. His dad is some kind of investment banker. His mom sits on charity boards. Chelsea was over the moon. She called me the day after the engagement, talking at 1,000 miles an hour about the ring, the proposal, how Connor's family had a box at the opera, and she'd already been to 3 events with them. "I need to plan this wedding fast," she said. "Connor's family is very traditional. His mom already mentioned that a long engagement would be inappropriate." "Okay," I said carefully. "How fast are we talking?" "Like this year. Fall, maybe. October's beautiful for weddings." My stomach dropped. "Chelsea, my wedding is October 15th. "Oh, I know. That's actually perfect. I can see what you're doing and maybe use some of your ideas." I should have heard the warning bells, but I was trying to be nice, trying to be the bigger person like I'd been my whole life. 2 weeks passed. I didn't hear much from Chelsea, which was weird because she usually texted me daily with wedding stuff now, but I figured she was busy with Connor's family. Then last Monday, I got a call from the venue. "Hi, this is Jennifer from Ashford Estate. I'm calling to confirm the changes you requested to your October wedding package." My heart stopped. "What changes? I didn't request any changes." There was a pause. "We received a call last week from you requesting to transfer your deposit and package to a different date. The caller verified all your information and payment details, so we processed it." What date? I could barely get the words out. "October 8th, for Chelsea Winters. We have it noted that you were gifting your package to your sister as her wedding present." I hung up and immediately called them back, asked for the manager, spent 40 minutes on the phone getting the full story. Someone had called pretending to be me. They'd had my birth date, my address, the last 4 digits of the credit card I'd used for the deposit. They'd spun this whole story about how I wanted to surprise my sister with my venue package as a gift because she couldn't afford it, and could they please transfer everything to October 8th instead. And the venue had done it, because why wouldn't they? The person had all my information. They'd verified every security question. I knew immediately it was Chelsea. I called her. She answered on the first ring, all cheerful. "Hey, what's up?" "What did you do?" My voice was shaking. "What the hell did you do?" "Oh my God, you found out. I wanted it to be a surprise." She actually giggled. "Isn't it perfect? Now we can basically have the same wedding aesthetic and share ideas and you stole my venue." "I didn't steal anything. I just moved your date. You can still get married in October, just pick a different week. There are 4 other Saturdays." I paid $45,000 for October 15th. The deposit was non-refundable. "Well, yeah, but now I have it for October 8th, so nothing's wasted. You should thank me, honestly. I couldn't wait 2 more years to get married, and this way the money you already spent still gets used." I couldn't breathe. "You committed fraud. You impersonated me." "Oh, please, don't be dramatic. We're sisters. It's not fraud when it's family. Besides, Connor's parents expect us to get married this year, and every other nice venue is booked. I didn't have a choice. You could have asked me, and you would have said no. You're always so selfish about your stuff. God forbid you help me out for once." I started laughing, not because anything was funny, but because I was so angry I thought I might black out. "Chelsea, you stole $50,000 from me. It's not stealing if it's still being used for a wedding. Honestly, you're making such a big deal out of this. Mom agrees with me. She said you'd probably freak out, but that you'd get over it once you saw how happy I am." "You told Mom?" "Well, yeah, she thought it was resourceful of me. She said you have more money than I do anyway, so you can just book somewhere else." I hung up, texted Marcus, told him everything. He called me back immediately. "Are you kidding me? She committed identity theft." "I know. We're calling the police." "I know." Marcus came home early from work. We spent 3 hours on the phone with the venue, with their legal department, with our credit card company trying to dispute the charge, but it had been processed as a transfer of services with my verified information. The venue wasn't liable. The credit card company said it wasn't unauthorized because someone with my details had approved it. We had no recourse with them, but we had recourse with Chelsea. Marcus wanted to confront her immediately, maybe get lawyers involved for civil court, but I had a better idea, a much, much better idea. See, Chelsea had been posting constantly on Instagram about Connor's family, about how elegant they were, how they valued tradition and integrity and reputation, how Connor's dad had given this whole speech at their engagement party about family honor and doing the right thing. old money families like that, they care about image, about propriety, about not being associated with anything scandalous or low class. Identity theft and fraud? That's pretty scandalous. I didn't tell anyone my plan, not even Marcus at first. I just started gathering documentation. I got written statements from the venue about the fraudulent call. I pulled my credit card records showing my original payment. I got screenshots of every text message where Chelsea admitted what she'd done. I filed a police report for identity theft, giving them everything. The officer who took my statement said they'd investigate and would likely press charges, since there was clear evidence of fraud, and the dollar amount was over $10,000. She'll probably get a misdemeanor if she has no priors, he told me, but it'll be on her record. That's fine, I said. Then I did something that felt insane, but also absolutely necessary. I called the venue and officially canceled my wedding. Told them I needed to postpone indefinitely due to family circumstances. They were sympathetic, told me they'd keep my information on file for when I wanted to rebook. Marcus thought I'd lost it when I told him, "We're just giving up our wedding?" For now, trust me. I drafted a letter, a very detailed, very formal letter. It included a timeline of events showing that Chelsea had committed identity theft to steal my wedding venue, copies of all the documentation, including the police report, venue statements, and text messages where Chelsea admitted what she'd done, an itemized invoice for $50,000 in damages, the original deposit plus estimated costs of rebooking everything, a polite note explaining that while I valued family, I could not allow criminal behavior to go unaddressed, and I hoped Connor's family would understand the position I'd been put in. I addressed it to Connor's father. I found his office address online. It wasn't hard. He's a partner at a major investment firm downtown. I sent it certified mail, signature required. And then I waited. It took 3 days. Connor's father called me directly. His secretary had tracked down my number somehow. "Miss Winters, this is Richard Ashford. I received your correspondence." His voice was cold, clipped, angry but not at me. "I want to be very clear," he continued. "My family does not associate with individuals who engage in fraudulent or criminal behavior. The information you've provided is deeply disturbing." "I understand, sir. I didn't want to involve you, but you were right to inform me. I've spoken with my son. He was unaware of the circumstances. We've also consulted with our family attorney. What your sister did constitutes several crimes." "Yes, sir. I'm terminating all financial support for this wedding effective immediately." Furthermore, I'm advising my son to seriously reconsider this engagement. A person who would steal from family is not someone I want in my family. I should have felt bad. I didn't. "I appreciate you taking this seriously, Mr. Ashford. I'm also prepared to cover your legal costs should you choose to pursue civil damages against your sister. She should face consequences for her actions." I thanked him and hung up. Within an hour, my phone exploded. Chelsea called me screaming, "What did you do? What the hell did you do?" "I sent Mr. Ashford an invoice for the money you stole. He canceled everything, the venue, the caterers, the flowers, everything. He said he won't pay for a wedding for a criminal." "Well, you did commit a crime." "Connor's furious. He says his family is humiliated. His mother won't even speak to me." "Maybe you should have thought about that before you committed identity theft." "You're destroying my life." "You destroyed my wedding. I'm just making sure you pay for it." My mother called next. She was crying, hysterical. "How could you do this to your sister? She's devastated. Connor might leave her." "Good. She's a thief. She made a mistake. She panicked. You didn't have to ruin her entire future." "She didn't make a mistake, Mom. She deliberately impersonated me and stole $50,000. That's fraud. That's a crime. And now she's facing consequences." "But the police report? Really? Your own sister?" "Yes, really." She hung up on me. The police moved forward with charges. Chelsea was formally charged with identity theft and fraud. She had to get a lawyer, which my parents paid for because, of course, they did. The lawyer got it pleaded down to a misdemeanor with restitution and probation, but it's still on her record. Connor broke up with her 2 weeks later. His parents had apparently made it clear they would not accept her into their family. Not now, not ever. Chelsea moved back in with my parents, again. She's working at a boutique downtown making $12 an hour. Her Instagram went dark after the breakup. I heard through family that she tells people Connor's family was too controlling and she dodged a bullet. Sure, Chelsea, sure. My parents don't talk to me anymore. They sent me an email saying I'd chosen money over family and that I was dead to them. I didn't respond. Marcus and I got married last month. City Hall ceremony, just us and 2 friends as witnesses. We used the money we'd been saving to buy a house instead, a 3-bedroom with a yard in a neighborhood we love. We'll throw a big party for our 5th anniversary or something. We don't need the wedding anymore. I don't regret it, not even a little bit. Chelsea stole from me, thought she'd get away with it because she always gets away with everything, and learned the hardest way possible that some people won't just roll over and take it. My mom sent me one more email last week, just one line. Was it worth losing your family? I replied, I didn't lose my family. I got rid of people who thought I should accept being stolen from. There's a difference. She didn't write back. Sometimes I think about whether I went too far, whether I should have just let it go, been the bigger person, protected Chelsea from her own stupidity. Then I remember her voice on the phone. You should thank me, honestly, and I stop wondering.